need to iterate through this list and print all the elements out on the web page. So that box has got a name on top of it, and it's called navigation list. So this navigation list box is actually unopened. It's sealed right now. So you can't see anything inside the box. Whenever you seal a box, you do not see what's the content that's contained inside the box. So because the box is sealed, we can't see what's inside the box right now. So to see what's inside the box, we need to obviously unseal the box, or we need to cut out the tape that's sealing the box, or we need to open the box. So we open the box by, in programming's perspective, we open the box by calling the name of the function. And when you call the name of the function, you do not, you just call the name along with the parenthesis, and then you place a semicolon. And let's save this. Let's get back to the browser. Let's refresh the page. And now you can clearly see that we have got all the elements. Because we have unpacked or unsealed, or we have opened the seal of the box on this line 20, that's why we can actually see the contents of the box. That's why we can see what are the elements that we have got inside the box. But if you omit this sentence, if you omit this statement, then you won't be able to see what's contained inside the box. So let's focus more onto this syntax. So there are two other concepts that we will need to discuss when we are discussing about this functional programming, or when we are discussing about this function. Now, a function essentially starts with the keyword called function. That's how your compiler will know that you are going to define a function in here. Now, basically, you see, although both of them are functions, but there is a fundamental difference in between those two. In here, when you use this function keyword and you also define a name along with the parenthesis, your parenthesis is empty right now. So I'll be discussing about this parenthesis after I complete with this. So essentially, you have got a keyword, a name for your function, followed by parenthesis or brackets. Then again, you see something like a body of this function that defines all the functionality of that function, of that specific function. So this body, or this block of code, or this clause, is essentially the box that we have discussed about. So this is the box, and this name is placed on the box. Now, inside the box, we have done similar type of stuff that we have already done, but inside this box, it's a little different than previously. Previously, if we copy this, we have seen something like this. We had the pages array outside of this function, and we also have the pages array inside of this function. But there is a difference. The difference is that this is contained inside the global scope, and this is contained inside what we know as the local scope. There are two types of scopes, essentially. So variables or arrays that are declared and initialized inside a function cannot be accessed outside the function, which means you cannot do something like this. Let me show you. Let me change the name of this array inside the function so that you can actually clearly understand. So let's call this list. Let's save this, and then let's echo out this list. So let's actually first look at the list. Okay, let's use an index. We are going to pass an index of 0, which means the first element. So let's look at the output. Let's save this. Let's get back to the browser. Before we actually do that, let's command this out. Let's get back to the browser. Let's save this, and you see nothing happens. Then again, if we include something else, now from the pages array, we are going to print out the first element from the pages array. Let's save this. Let's refresh the page, and then we see a result that's being printed out on the browser. So the difference in between all those two is that the compiler actually cannot see, does not understand, or it cannot see the list elements or the list array that's contained inside the function. Because this is a sealed package, your compiler is actually residing outside the sealed package, so he can't see what's contained inside that entire package. That's why, because list, the first index from the list array is a content of that package, content of the sealed package. That's why your compiler cannot see that content, see the first element of the list array. But because this array, this pages array, is contained inside the global scope and it's not inside a package, that's why your compiler can see the elements that's contained inside this array. This is just a list, not inside any sort of packages. But this array is contained inside a sealed list.